Hello, this is Micah with Team Free Labor, presenting our Sprint 4 Team Progress video. We'll start with Anthony LaBelle.
Hello, this is Anthony LaBelle with Team Free Labor, and I'll be going over my user stories and acceptance criteria for Sprint 4. For my first user story, as an advisor, I would like a visually appealing UI grid so that my profile page is pleasant to look at. The acceptance criteria. The UI grid looks visually appealing on profile page. Okay, we are on the advisor's profile page noted here, and here's the UI grid. We have the title, today's appointments, and we have buttons, drop downs. Looks pretty pleasant to look at. For my second user story, as an advisor, I would like to have pagination on the appointment grid so that if I have many appointments, I can sift through them easily. Acceptance criteria. The advisor can use the arrow keys on the UI grid to cycle through appointment pages. Okay, we'll go back to the appointments, and you'll see here that the 2 is lit up. These are not lit up because we're on page 1, we can't go back. So let's go to page 2, and we have one more appointment. We can also go back to page 1 to view all those. So the pagination works. For my third and final user story, as an advisor, I would like to view important information of each appointment so that I know who I am meeting with and when. Acceptance criteria. Each appointment displays important information such as username, the appointment time, and a user profile picture. So each appointment has the time with the date, it has the profile picture, and the username here. Thank you very much. That's it for me.
This is Michael Keller for Sprint 4. As an advisor, I want to be able to select a day, set a start time, and the end time for appointments. The advisor can select the day, start, and end times for an appointment. On the advisement appointment page, the advisor can select any day. You can see that the dialog to create an appointment has changed significantly. I'll have the option of getting a title, selecting a time, the start, the time to end, click on the Save button, see that it pops up on the calendar, shows up in the database, and all of the appointments will be generated. As an advisor, I want to be able to change the start time of an appointment to an earlier time so I can keep the other appointments. The advisor can select an earlier time for the start time of an appointment. On the advisor appointment page, the advisor can go back and edit the times of an appointment or a time block. So they can make it earlier in the afternoon if they decide that they have more time. You can see that it changed information on the calendar as well as on the database, and that it will actually generate more appointments for students to select. As an advisor, I want to be able to change the start time to a later time so that I can cancel only the earlier appointments. The advisor can decrease the start time, and the earlier appointments are canceled. The advisor wishes to change the time and decrease the time that's available. You can do that from the start time. You can see that it updates on the calendar. That it updates in the database, and that it will remove the available appointments. As an advisor, I want to be able to change the end time to a later time so that I can have more time for appointments. The advisor can change the end time to a later time to make more appointments. If the advisor needs to change the ending time, it's the same process. They can go back, they can increase the time, See that the timers have been increased, and that there will be additional spots available for appointments with students. As an advisor, I want to be able to change the end time of an appointment to an earlier time so I can keep the other appointments but cancel the later ones. The advisor can change the end time to an earlier time and the later appointments are canceled. The advisor can also change the end time, change the time in the database, and it will remove the appointments that are no longer in that time block.
Hello, this is Micah McKenna with my user stories for Sprint 4. My first user story, as an advisor, I want to be taken to my profile when I successfully log on so that I can use the application. The acceptance criteria is the advisor is taken to their profile page upon successfully logging in. Here we are on the login page. To log in as an advisor, I'll go ahead and click sign in here, this link. We'll log in as an admin. Click sign in. And as you can see, we're taken to the advisor profile page. My second user story, as a student, I want to be taken to my profile when I successfully log on so that I can use the application. The acceptance criteria is the student is taken to their profile page upon successfully logging in. Here we are back on the login page. I'll go ahead and log in as a student. Click sign in. And as you can see, we're taken to the student profile page. My third user story was as a student, I want to have a pleasing UI on the settings page so that I want to continue using the website. The acceptance criteria is the settings page has a pleasing UI feel to it. Back on the student profile page, if I click the settings button, we're taken to the settings page where the user can update their settings, and we have a pleasing UI. This has been the Sprint 4 Team Progress video for Team Free Labor. Thank you for watching.